Hello and welcome to the workshop. Today's video is sponsored by StockX, so shouts to them. Now, I'm sure a lot of you watching this video have bought a pair of sneakers or 50 off of StockX at this point. I know that we have. We've bought a lot of stuff from them and sold a lot of sneakers as well. I thought that this video was actually perfect to plug them in because I think most people who jump on StockX, they're looking for whatever's new, whatever the new hype is, whatever the latest release is, whether it be an off-white Jordan 1, or the Clay Yeezys, or the Sacai LDV Waffle. These sneakers can be really hard to get, so we strike out online, and then boom, we run over to StockX and grab a pair. And that's cool, but I wanna let you know that there are a ton of older gems on StockX as well. And maybe some of you know that, maybe you don't, but I'm talking under the radar stuff, older pairs, classics. And so with us diving into one of my favorite sneakers of all time today, I just wanted to say that. Whatever your favorite pairs are, whichever they are, whatever is classic to you, you can most likely find them on StockX. And I'm telling you, if you haven't kind of searched that area or that realm yet, jump on there and check it out and you might be pleasantly surprised with what you can find. So we will throw a link in the description of this video and you can go check them out. You can go get your hunt on. Now, with that said, if you are familiar with my brother and I, Buckets is behind the camera on the ones and twos. If you are familiar with us at all with this channel, you know that we wear our sneakers. We have dubbed these updates the life tests. And so here we are. I am here to give you the final verdict. This is an official update on the Air Jordan 3 Black Cement after 5 years of wearing. The pros and the cons, the good and the bad. You know how we do. As I mentioned, it's one of my favorite sneakers of all time. This is a sneaker that transcends hype. It is an all-time classic. I don't even think it's really debatable. If you are into Jordan sneakers at all, chances are you probably love the Jordan 3 as much as I do, specifically the Black Cement. How do they hold up though? 5 years is a long time on one hand, and on the other hand, it kind of isn't. I have worn these a lot in that time period. Here's a pair from 2001, and as you can see, they're falling apart. These would absolutely crumble if I tried to wear them right now, but that was 18 years ago. And I think that's a good question, right? Whether it be a Jordan 3 or an Air Max 95, what's the lifespan? 5 years, 10 years? We're 5 years deep into these and they're holding up in some ways, in other ways, not so much. Granted, they haven't just been sitting on the shelf. They haven't just been back here chilling. I've worn them a lot, but still, sneakers do have a lifespan regardless. Whether you're wearing them or not wearing them, there is a lifespan there. Now, one of the nice things about wearing a sneaker like this or like these is that they actually do get more and more comfortable. Right out of the box, I know a lot of you can relate. A Jordan Retro is not very comfortable, but as you wear them, and as you put some miles on them, they really do break in nicely. Is it an Ultra Boost? Is it a Nike Pegasus comfort-wise? No way. Hell to the nah. But so much more comfy than they were 5 years ago. I guess that's the point that I'm trying to make. Also, a little side note, if you have never owned a pair of Jordan 3s, which I'm sure a lot of you have, but if you have not, they do run true to size, and I think the 3 runs a little wider than normal. So that's just a little something to note. As far as holding up, let's get back to that. The upper, it's done quite well. The elephant print isn't falling off. The sneakers, or colors I should say, haven't faded. Nothing has ripped or torn on the leather. The laces are all intact. I mean, I've seen everything with sneakers. Laces snap off, eyelets break, leather rip. I mean, just everything. These have done really well in that regard. However, they are starting to separate from the bottom, and there is some paint chipping on the midsole, as you can see. So those are definitely not good things. Those are definitely cons. So as of now, they're still wearable, but you can see that it's definitely on its way out, or they're definitely on their way out, I should say. There's just not much more in the tank here. I guess you've got to mention that you could re-glue the midsole, you could repaint it, etc., etc. But as constructed, these things have pretty much run their course. 5 years. That's about what you get. Now, if you shelf them, maybe you get a little bit longer of a lifespan, but it's not going to be much. The moral of the story for me, is wear your sneakers. They were made and meant to be worn. They're not made out of titanium and vibranium. They're gonna fall apart. Sooner or later, they're gonna fall apart, and probably sooner as opposed to later. So you might as well wear them. You might as well rock them. And yes, I know certain sneakers last longer. I know someone is gonna comment that. It's true. All sneakers not created equal. A New Balance 990 is gonna last a lot longer than a Jordan 3. That's just the way it is. But all sneakers do have a lifespan. So the pros to this particular pair is they do get more and more comfortable as you wear them. It's a classic, obviously, that goes without saying. It's a very wearable sneaker, and certain aspects are still holding up really well. I guess I say that because if you did want to reglue them, I mean, the upper is fine. It's still fully intact, so it's not some huge job to do that. Whereas if the whole sneaker was just falling apart, then it would just be a complete wrap. The cons, or the negative aspect, would just be that after 5 years, that's basically it. They're starting to fall apart. And this is recent, by the way. So this sole separation, it just started happening right around the 5-year mark. And that's pretty much it. There's not a lot of other negative aspects to it, just that. Just the paint chipping and the sole separation, really. So there you have it. That is an update on the Jordan 3 Black Cement after 5 years of wearing. I think this was kind of a cool project and a video that we really were kind of excited to do, because a lot of times when you're life testing a sneaker, 1 month, 2 months of wearing, but how about years? How about hundreds of wears? That adds a whole different element into the mix and to the review. Most of the reviews that we do here on the channel, right? It's we take a box off the shelf, we unbox it, we show it. Maybe we've worn them once or twice, maybe we haven't. Sometimes, like I said, on the longer end, maybe we wear them for a couple months. This is 5 years. So this is kind of a whole new realm for us. And I just think that it's really, really dope. Leave a comment below and let us know how you feel about this sneaker. If you have a pair of Jordan 3s, how long have yours held up? Or how quickly did they fall apart? Glass half empty, half full, however you want to look at it. And if the 5-year mark is kind of that threshold, you know, are you over under? And what sneaker should we life test next? Should we dig into the archives and get an old school classic like these? Or should we do a new release as we often do? However you feel, leave a comment below and let us know. Always love to hear from you. Thank you for watching. You are very, very appreciated. We will be back tomorrow. Same time, same place, right here at the workshop with a brand new video. Until then, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. Fomer Simpson. I got nothing else. Adios.